window, they hand me my receipt, so I go to the second window to get my food, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And so the girl comes to the window and asks me what my order was. I repeat my order and my coffee order, and they ask me to pull up because my food's not ready. It's an English muffin meal with a hash brown and coffee. And I mean, I hadn't eaten since I've been up for a very long time, but I haven't eaten in a while, so I was kind of hungry. And I'm still waiting, and I'm still waiting, and they asked me to pull up. So I pull up forward, and a girl comes out with my coffee, and just the coffee, and she hands it to me, and I have my window down, and that's all she hands me is the coffee. So I told her, I said, don't bother with the food, because right now I'm too nervous to take it. It doesn't matter how many hours I've been up. It doesn't matter what I've done for anyone. Right now I'm too nervous to take a meal from McDonald's because I can't see it being made. I don't know what's going on with people nowadays, but please, just give us a break. Please just give us a break. I don't know how much more I can take. I've been in this for 15 years, and I've never, ever had such anxiety about waiting for McDonald's drive-thru food. So just have a heart, and if you see an officer, just tell them thank you. Because I don't hear thank you enough anymore.
Okay, so if we look this up, there are a ton of videos about this woman crying over McDonald's order, crying cop mocked and loved over McMuffin gate. Over egg McMuffin. So, turn this around. Hopefully this thing is not recorded crazy large. But I wanted to take a moment. I haven't been on YouTube in a minute, a couple of days. And I just wanted to say, let the train go by first before I say it. Let me just say that this had nothing to do with an Egg McMuffin. This is a woman who's crying out because of the fear that something could be happening to her food. She called in the order, so there's no reason why the order should take this long. There were some cops in New York that were given some Shake Shack. They refer to them as shakes, but Shake Shack doesn't make shakes. They make concretes, they call them, which is basically a very hard soft serve, and they just add a bunch of junk to it. It's absolutely childish. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what they sell. And they're saying there were bleach inside of these things. Also, there were some other officers. that did something happened with them as well, with food and stuff like that. You see, I talk about this all the time. How first you get the money, then you get the power, and after you get the power, you get the respect. That's what little Kim said. First you get the money, and then you get the power, and after you get the power, you get the respect. And she's screaming this. And I always remember thinking about that because it's a play on Al Pacino's role when he was Tony Montana. And I think they even talk about it in the movie Blow. But the cops were given respect and power at the same time. They never had to earn it. And this woman has been a cop for 15 years. And the world hates cops. This is what I talked about when I was with my son and we were eating the sandwich. And the title of that video was, could this be the solution? Because we had the problem, reaction, solution. There's always problem, reaction, solution. Even if it's just little things. Problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. It's not this huge thing of solution. It's all these little solutions that create the path on what this Hegelian dialectic is all about. And I said it weeks ago, that it appears that they're trying to crush the cops mentally. They were guarding, the police were guarding the Apple store while right across the street they were looting the Foot Locker. And the cops were not allowed to move from their posts. It broke the cops down mentally. They went from crime fighters with power and respect to now law enforcement who had to follow orders. You see, this woman is not crying over an egg McMuffin. She's crying over the power and respect that she no longer has. It's the power and the respect that she's crying over because she called ahead to get her food, and for all she knows is that they could be doing anything to her food because they no longer respect her power, and no longer does she have respect. Something in which there are levels to in life. You have to get to power and respect are something that is earned through time. And her 15 years has she earned anything that she was given when it comes to power and respect. She's never earned that. She was given that. And this system is now taking it away. Why? Because those people in those offices that are now working from home, their employers have figured out that it's cheaper for us to let them work from home than for us to pay rent at an office. That's just old. Let's tear down these office buildings or let's turn them into apartments. Residential. All over New York City after 9/11, all these huge office buildings all became residential. It's very tacky. It's very corny. But they keep on banking on all of these transplants from all around the country coming into New York, and they're willing to pay that, at least that first 2 years worth of money. So now we have an officer who's crying, which I didn't really know if I saw any tears. And I could barely see a badge. But she's crying because she cannot see the way the food is being made. And just sitting out there waiting. Had they had her food ready and handed it to her, she would have been okay. But it was just that waiting for her food. And then they came out and only had the coffee and then had to ask her again, what did you order? And she knew she ordered online. So you shouldn't even have to ask me verbally. Freaked her out. It totally messed with her head. And I said this. I said that the solution is to break the police mentally. And I was saying that it's possible so that they can bring in the military, but no, it's so that they can bring in autonomous policing. You go through the light, no problem. We're going to send you the ticket in the mail. You hit that lady in the head over in the bodega, there's no problem. We will send the detectives out. They're going to investigate. They got the video. They'll send you a letter. Then they send a letter to the warrant squad. They get the warrant. Policing is going to change unlike you have ever seen. You're going to be able to go through red lights. You're going to be able to, there's so much more you're going to be able to get away with now. But not really. Because policing will take a fundamental change right now. Because they lost the power and they never earned the respect. Little Kim was right. You are appreciated. Thank you for watching. If you've gotten any value out of this, let's never forget the value for value system that we have here at the Elvis Rosenberg channel. And I implore you to utilize that because I'm looking for supporters. Fans, they come and go. But supporters, we can build on that. It's a foundation here. And you are appreciated. Boom. Let me see if I got this. Bear with me.